All right, everybody, welcome in. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear. Real quick, I'm just testing to make sure we are live on all the platforms. But if you can hear me loud and clear, go ahead and put your city and state in the chat. Put your city and state in the chat as we get ready to get started with Publish and Profit with your book or future book. Man, we are so excited. Hope you guys are excited as well. Just want to make sure that you can hear me though. So go ahead and drop a comment. Put your city and state in the chat, your city and state in the chat as we get ready to get started. So I hope you guys can hear me. Let's go. All right. Hello, everybody. Okay, so yes, hold on. Y'all might hear echo because we're double streaming over here. I'm just making sure y'all can hear. How y'all doing? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. I'm going to bring up our fellow co-speaker host of the day, none other than Dr. Takara Nicole. Let's bring her up. What's going on? Uh-oh.
I'm doing all that and muted. I love that. It's real out here in these technology streets.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I'm so excited about today. Today, we're going to be talking about publishing. We're going to be talking about profiting and all that in between. So because I'm going to start it off today. But before we get into it, I would love for you to maybe do a brief little intro. Let us know how you got into this book space and what you want to be talking about when it is your time. So the floor is yours.
What's up, y'all? Listen, my name is Dr. Takara Nicole, aka the Identity Architect, and I help Christian female entrepreneurs to live, unlock, and rediscover their purpose, helping them to build books, brands, businesses, and themselves. So I fell into this thing, and I am true to this thing. So I have 12 books underneath my belt, a 13th coming out super soon. Really excited about it. Authorship is my jam, and today I'm going to be talking about from concept to chapter 1. So after helping, the big number is 140 people right now since 2019 to become published, one of the biggest challenges is where to start. So I'm here to give you steps on how to jumpstart your authorship journey. So super excited to help you guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I was over here back in the scenes doing some things. But yes, so 140 plus, y'all, that is huge. Y'all, we got to give it up to her. Make sure that we definitely give it up to her on that because that's a huge accomplishment. And it's going to actually increase after today. So y'all, Dr. Takara is going to be coming back. Let me see who we have in the chat. But we'll be back with you in just a second, okay? All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So listen. So this is exciting. If you're watching on any social media platform, go ahead and put your name, city, and state in the chat so that we can know that you are here. We're also streaming on multiple platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. So hello, Instagram. How y'all doing? We are on LinkedIn. We are on everything. Now, if you're in the Facebook group, I will say Facebook groups. Y'all know Facebook been through a whole lot of updates, child. They ain't trying to let y'all get no kind of love. So let me pull it up though, so I can see what y'all are doing over here and shout y'all out. Hold on one second. There we go. Yes, there it is. So we're going to get straight into it, y'all. I'm going to pull it up. I see we have Tanya Kirby watching on Facebook in the Facebook group. And if you're on Instagram, let me pull that up as well. Let's see who we have. We have a lot of people on Instagram. We have Tashawn. We have Atlanta, Georgia. We have McLean, Mary McLean. So listen, do me a favor, everybody. If you want to come over into our private chat, because after we do our presentation, we're going to be doing a Q&A session. We're going to be doing some really good stuff, okay? So you don't want to miss that. And so the way that you want to make sure that you are a part of that tonight, you guys, not tomorrow, but tonight, you need to go to publishyourstorylive.com. publishyourstorylive.com. Go to this link right here. Now, if you're watching the replay, you can still go to Publish Your Story Live. Of course, you're going to miss the live, but you can still, if you're watching this tomorrow or next week, go to Publish Your Story Live so that you can still be connected with us. We've got some really, really cool things that we're going to be doing with you guys. So we don't want you guys to miss out. Hey, Alfred out of New Jersey. Hello, hello, hello. So y'all do me a favor and continue to put your city and state in the chat. And what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and get into my presentation. If that's okay. Y'all cool with that? If y'all are cool with that, just say, let's go. Let's go. Hold on. Let me make sure over here in the chat if y'all can hear me too. Hello, hello, hello. Everybody in the chat. Hello. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this presentation. I'm gonna pull up my screen. Y'all, we're first gonna be talking about the profiting, okay? So we're first gonna talk about getting to the money. And then when Dr. Takara comes in, she's going to lay it down so that she could then share with you now how to write that book that's gonna help you get to the money. Hey, Cleveland, what's going on? I see you guys watching over here in Be Human. So that is where we're all, once you register, we're all over there. So that's, you really want to come over to there because that's where we're going to do the networking. You'll be able to come up on audio. If you want to come on camera, you can. You don't have to. I know it's Sunday. Some folk like, Chad, my hair is wrapped up or I'm ready to go to bed. You're not going to get me on camera, but you can get me on audio. All right, let me share my screen. Let's see here. Make sure, pull up the said screen. There we go. All right, so as you can see, guys, we're talking about turning your book into $10,000 a month. Now, at the same time, while we're turning your book into $10,000 a month, we also want to show you guys how to use your book to get on those stages, right? So that's what's going to help you get to the bag, right? So I'm excited about that. Everybody type in the chat, hashtag get the bag, hashtag get the bag, hashtag get the bag. Everybody type that in the chat so that I know it's real. Type that in the chat, y'all, so I know it's real. And then we're going to get into this presentation of how you're going to be able to turn that book or future book. Now, guys, I want you to know that regardless if you are already or not an author, this is still going to be extremely relatable. Hey, Marceline, Lisa Stringer Bailey, what's going on? I see all you guys in the chat. John Porter, Maria, hello, hello, hello. Y'all, we're all over the place. All right, so who is ready to make $10,000 a month? Now, this is the deal. A lot of times when people tell me, they say, Taria, you know what? And let me time myself. Because you know, Takara, I'll be up here speaking for 3 hours. And she's going to be like, excuse me, Taria, the people need to know how to write the book. Amen. Matter of fact, let me set myself on a timer, okay? Because that's what we're going to do. Look, set my alarm for 35 minutes. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to talk a little longer than 35 minutes, but, you know, we're going to set it for 35. Hey, D, what's going on, DW? How you doing? Hashtag get the bag. Okay, so a lot of people will tell me, they said, Taria, you know, it's not all about the money for me. Let me tell you something, guys. Whenever I hear someone tell me that says it's not about the money, typically what it allows me to understand is that we have not yet assigned our money. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that you haven't figured out how the money is going to help you. I don't know where I was at. I was somewhere just recently. And I was like, you know, I've come to learn that the truth is that a lot of people don't really care about making the money. They don't care about the money itself. What most people care about is what the money can do. So if the money can take you on trips, if the money can help you to serve communities, if the money can help you to give back to nonprofits and do all the things, take your husband out, take your wife out, retire your parents. That's what the money is all about. Are y'all with me? Hey, Francine, I see you in the chat. And so I want you guys to understand that we're talking about making money so that you can do the things that you wish to do with the money. Amen. Now, disclaimer, y'all, I am not a book publisher. That is why we have Dr. Takara on here today, because she is going to show you how to write the book. I show you what to do when the book is done. Okay, I'm going to show you what to, but you got to write the right book. So what I do specifically is I work with speakers, coaches, network marketers, not writing the right books, but helping you to learn how to get your books to profit, promote, and perform. Okay, now if you are a professional course taker, if you are one of those dreamers who don't take action, it's okay to be a dreamer, but you got to take action. Or if you are a pessimist, that means everything you find a reason to come up with a reason why and why it ain't gonna work and all that stuff. Baby, just go ahead and log off, because I promise you this, you can never get to the next level being negative and not taking action. This is for action takers. This is for the people who are saying, I am ready to go and grow to that next level. Y'all with me on that? Okay. And so, I know that's a little harsh. I know some of y'all are like, who is she talking to? Well, I'm not talking to you if you do not qualify. If you don't qualify as being a non-action taker, then baby, we ain't talking to you. So amen. So we have three main programs, guys. We have our 5K in 5 days challenge, which we're going to talk about today. We have the Book Profits Club, and we also have collaboration projects that we do for clients, right? All right. So now what we're going to talk about on today is the $10,000 and 90-day game plan. We're going to talk about leveraging your book to grow your speaking and or coaching business. So how many of you guys are speakers or coaches? By the way, if you are a speaker or coach, see, I'm a big advocate for this. Just go ahead, y'all. If you are a speaker or a coach, and type in the chat, like, what do you speak or coach in? Hey, Craig, what's going on, Craig? Shout out to Craig Samuels. I just did an interview with Craig Samuels for the Author All Stars magazine. So shout out to Craig Samuels. He got that radio voice. So if anybody needs somebody with a radio voice, I'm turning my volume down. But if anybody needs anyone with a radio voice, y'all hit up my boy Craig Samuels. Okay. 3 marketing secrets for authors and future authors. Now, I want to also share with everybody that is here how you can work with us at the end. Okay. So if that is okay, if you want to know more of how you can actually work with us, drop the money sign in the chat. Drop the money sign in the chat. Drop the money sign in the chat. Let us know that you are okay with us talking about how to work with us later on down the line. So drop that money sign, right? All right, cool beans. Drop that money sign. I need to have multiple things up. I see y'all with the money signs. Good. Drop the money sign. Hey, Jamie. Jamie's watching on YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. All right. You know what? What I've realized why I like multi-streaming on multiple platforms, because I suffer from a thing called IDD. It's called Inspired Deficit Disorder. Doctors call it ADHD, but I be making up my own diagnosis, like Amanda Seals. And so I call it IDD. And so I love this because it's like I'm all over the place. I don't think everybody can handle what I'm doing right now. I ain't going to lie to y'all, but I love it because I literally have like 4 screens open. But anyway, so type in the chat space what it is that you do. So I already told you guys to type it. Hopefully you're doing it. You're going to let us know, who do you serve? We call it your help statement. So I help whoever your target audience is how to. Now, if you are in your mind like, Taria, I thought I was just coming here to learn how to write a book and promote it. I'm going to tell you this. If that is all you thought you were going to do, this is the top reason why I see a lot of authors not get to the bag, because many authors are not treating their book as a tool to market a business. The book is the introduction, the appetizer. It is not the full course meal, but we have to have the right book in order to get to the full course meal. Amen. So y'all keep on typing in the chat. Jamal says, I coach people on crafting an engaging narrative. Okay, Jamal, I see you. John says, I'm a speaker, overcoming obstacles after 40 and how to heal from heartbreak. Come on, my brother. Can we give it up for the brothers out here talking about healing from heartbreak? Because brothers have to heal too. I love it. Alfred says, he's just joining in. Welcome in, Alfred. Make sure, guys, if you are watching on social media, you want to go to publishyourstorylive.com and join us over here in the chat, because soon y'all not going to be able to see all this conversation. Y'all gonna miss out. Now, a little bit about myself, y'all. My name is Taria Vision Avant. I am a graduate from the prestigious, the glorious, the amazing Hampton University. Shout out to all of my HBCUs. I'm a former professional tripreneur. Baby, that means I have tried probably everything that you can think of fathomable under the sun. Anything that is legal, I have thought about it, tried it, legal stuff. That's also not going to mess with my morals or integrity. Won't he do it? And so I done sold vacuum cleaners, knives. I've gone door to door. I was a bail bondsman. I did insurance. Well, can we clarify something real quick? I didn't do any of these things. I signed up for them. I signed up to do these things. I didn't do none of this stuff. I signed up. I got my license for insurance, never did it. I signed up for the knives. Like I paid for the kit, never sold them. I enrolled into the course. I never took it. So I was a professional tripreneur. I would try stuff all day long and blame it on the program, the product, the service, the system as to why it wasn't working. Because baby, it was never my fault. Hello, can anybody relate? Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Hampton's in the house. What's going on? And so I was a former professional tripreneur. Now, what happened was I got into the network marketing industry after my father unfortunately passed away from stage 4 lung cancer. It changed my life. See, the reason why I got into network marketing is not because he passed away. It's because that was the first opportunity that really presented itself after he passed away, to where I was like, Taria, I'm going to stop playing with myself. I'm going to stop trying stuff. I'm really going to stick something out. And that's what I did. And I became a top income earner in the industry, a person who is naturally an introvert, a person who does not like networking. Hello? I don't like going to networking events. So like, how do you become a 6-figure earner in the network marketing industry? You learn following up. You learn how to be able to position yourself in spaces so that you ain't got to really be talking to a whole lot of individuals, but you're talking to multiple individuals at one time. And then I learned to take what I learned from the industry of network marketing. And in 2015, in fact, it'll be 10 years, June of next year, I decided to become a coach, working with speakers, coaches, and network marketers, and literally showing them how to build full-time businesses. Shout out to all of my proud HBCU alums in the house. Woo, woo. Okay. So as I was telling you guys, where my life changed was when my father passed away from cancer. And this is when I honestly made that paradigm shift. Does anybody know when I say like what a paradigm shift is? It's like literally, hey, Clark Lynn, hey, Dr. Shauna. I hope you guys are still watching. How y'all doing? It's when you look at life differently, and a lot of times paradigm shifts, unfortunately, typically happen when it's something that's bad. Think about it. When do we finally make a decision to do something? Because all of us been saying it for the longest. I'm going to write the book, or I'm going to get myself out there. I'm going to launch the program. I'm going to get on the stage. I'm going to do this when things get better. And then when something tragic happens is when we unfortunately make a decision like, okay, I got to stop playing around. And for me, that was watching my father, who I would have never imagined, even to this day, that he would not be here with me. But he also became my angel. And so because he became my angel, y'all, I'm telling you, I am not playing around with it. But I want everybody in the chat to understand, just like you, guess what? I've been through it, right? Life has been tough. And this is where a lot of times authors, speakers, coaches, they get messed up when it comes to marketing themselves. So please, y'all, please get with me on this, because this is going to help you, especially when you get with Dr. Takara on writing your book. But you first also need to understand how you're going to help people in this world. Okay. So just like you, y'all, I've dealt with a lot. You see all this stuff on the screen. But the great thing, guys, is that I can pick one of those areas, just one, and turn that into an opportunity to change lives. But what most people do is they say, I want to talk about it all. And the challenge with talking about it all is that it makes you more of a generalist instead of a specialist. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, just type yes in the chat. I just want to make sure you guys are still with me. And so what I have learned to do, guys, is take one area. Think about it. Back in the days when we used to watch commercials, I don't know if y'all watch commercials still, because I watch everything like on streaming platforms, except what's the one where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that one, the Bel-Air or whatever, he come on it. They got a lot of commercials on there. So, okay, y'all with me. Okay, y'all are with me. By the way, everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's on social media, make sure y'all go over to Publish Your Story Live, because when Dr. Dakar finishes, y'all, We're going to be private. Y'all don't want to miss that. Okay. So you need to go to that link. I'm typing it in the chat. Those who are already in Be Human, how y'all doing? Okay. So when we talk about being a specialist at night, when you used to be up late night, it would say something like, do you suffer from chronic headache pain? Now, guys, I want you to understand whatever they were selling was nothing more than a pain pill. Hello? It was a pain pill that probably could help multiple areas in your body. Just like you ever had a BC powder? BC powder, you can use it for your tummy, for your head, for your elbow. It works for all pain. But when we niche it down to a specific area, the person who is dealing with that pain, it grabs their attention immediately. And so just like you guys all here, nobody is obsolete from tough challenges. Nobody escapes the difficult times, but we have to learn how to market ourselves when it comes to being able to build multiple streams of income. Sis, let me tell you something. That BC powder hit. Okay, it ain't nothing like a BC powder. I don't want nothing else. Now, so what I did was when I was in network marketing, I decided to write a book. I'm not going to go into the whole reason why, because I don't have enough time to tell you all that. But long story short, even though I was making six figures in the industry, there was still a large population of people who did not see what I was doing as real business. So what I wanted to do was position myself as an expert so that no matter what room I walked in, people saw me as an expert in a specific space. I'm able to help you to transform in a specific space. So I wrote the book, and y'all, let me tell you something. Do you know that people started inviting me to come and speak at their events? Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm actually speaking at a salon suites conference coming up, hair salon, where they build up these suites, these salon suites, and they want me to come speak. Why? Because I've built myself as an authority figure by leveraging my book. I know nothing about the hair industry. I'm so bad, y'all. I don't even really know how to curl my hair. That's why I need extensions. I got to put weaves in because, baby, if I don't got no weave in my hair, it's just going to be looking a mess. I'm a tomboy. And so I know nothing about the beauty industry, but because I understand marketing, they want me to come and speak because I wrote books about achieving success in a specific area. So I want you to understand. And even if you want to talk about overcoming specific pain, like John, who's also one of our author all-stars, John is helping people heal from heartbreak. I want you to know, I love this quote by Bishop T.D. Jakes. He says, pain is the gift that draws us to an area where we didn't know there was a problem. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, if you learn through your book, through your services, through your products, how to solve a problem, you will become profitable. It can't be, I just want to help the people to overcome the world problems. No, a specific problem. If you learn how to market to the problem, you will become profitable. So we've helped more than 6,000 plus speakers, coaches, and network marketers learn how to leverage their books to build multiple streams of income. So secret number one, type this in the chat, everybody. People need to hear my story. People need to hear my story. Hey, Alexis Vaughn, how you doing? Maria, how you doing? People need to hear my story. Type that in the chat for me, guys. Type that in the chat. If you're watching on Instagram, y'all need to come over here to Publish Your Story Live. I see y'all on the Instagram. People need to hear my story. Let me type it in the chat on Instagram too, so y'all can see the link, child. Let me type. People need to hear my story. Amen. People need to hear your story. And I want you to understand, when you position it right in the book, people will not only hear your story, but you will teach them some stuff. So I'm going to share with you guys a very simple formula that I have used to work 2 to 4 hours per day to allow me to generate over $10,000 a month, week, and even have multiple 5-figure days. Hello? And so this is what we call in our Book Profits Club program, building out your success funnel. Ladies and gentlemen, to make $10,000 a month, week, or day, all you need is 4 items. You do not need 5. You do not need 10. You do not need 20. You need 4. And where I find that a lot of people are messing up is we're a la carting ourselves to death. I hate to use the word to death or the phrase to death, right? But I'm telling you guys, I see so many people with all these different offers, all these different products, and we killing ourselves. How do I know? Because y'all, that was me. I was broke, busted, and disgusted. I was broke, busted, and disgusted. But honey, you let me tell you, on social media, I was looking booked, busy, blessed, but broke. Booked, busy, I was looking blessed and booked, busy, but I was broke. Guys, the goal is to show you how to build 4 streams or 4 different avenues to meet people where they are. The first is a hook item. How much did you guys pay to be here today? Can somebody type that in the chat for us? Let us know, how much did y'all pay to be here today? Did anybody pay $1 to be here on today? 9 times out of 10, you did it. Hey, won't he do it? Y'all gonna get some good training for free today, right? And so this is what we call a hook item. Some people call it a lead capture item, right? And so for every single one of you guys, we highly encourage you. You need to have something you can offer that gives good value, not something that's a throwaway item. See, a lot of times people will say, oh, let me offer a little free little something, okay? That ain't worth nothing. No, don't nobody want nothing worth nothing, right? Because I want you to understand, if you want to gain someone's trust, giving them something that is not really of value, it look like something you just made on ChatGPT, I promise you guys, it's not going to work. Now, I'm not telling you not to use ChatGPT, but there are ways that you use it effectively, okay? Then your next item is your intro item. That is your book. Guys, if you do not have a book, and I'm telling you this, Takara gonna tell y'all, it don't take 3 years to write a book. We literally are showing our clients how to get their books done in 30 days. Guys, many of you, if you really put your mind to it, could have your book done by the end of this year and start using that book to be booked on stages. You know, right now, it's the holiday season. They looking for speakers. They looking for people that got information. You should be the one to get in front of that information. Amen? And so you need to learn how to do that. But guys, you just need to have one book that can show them a transformation. That's your intro item. Then you have your core and your premium. Today, we're going to tell you how you can actually invest into our core product, but we're going to give you a deal. How many of you guys like discounts? If you like discounts, let me know in the chat. I just want to know, like, major discounts. If I'm talking about hundreds of dollars discounts, we talk about big scholarships, right? So this is your 4 items that you're going to learn to promote, and you're not going to promote more than that, right? Now, 20% of those who actually have your book, whether they bought it or they were qualified, which these are some of the things we teach you in Book Profits Club, how to qualify people to get your book, right? Whether they pay for it or you give it to them based on the circumstance, right? So 20% of the people that buy your book, they'll invest into your premium. If you want to make $10,000 a month and you have a $1,000 package, whether it's products, services, coaching, retreats, don't matter. All you need to do is have 50 people with your book in their hand per month. Y'all, let me tell you something. Where a lot of authors mess up is they're busy trying to sell books for profiting instead of leveraging their books for profiting. If you sell your books on your own, right? If you sell your books on your own, that means you're not selling through a third-party company that takes and rapes all of your profiting. I don't need to tell you who I'm talking about, right? But if you sell it on your own website and you print your books yourself and ship them out yourself, on average, you will profit. If you're selling them for $20 plus shipping and handling, you will profit about $15 per book. Do you understand that in order to make $10,000 per month, every single month, you need to sell 667 books every month? Would you rather focus on 50 or 667 every month? Would you rather focus on 50 or 667 books every month? I think you would rather do 50. And so this is what we show you. We show you guys how to leverage your book to get it in front of 50 qualified people so that, guess what, y'all? You can actually get those books sold. Amen? I'm telling you guys, it is not about selling. Ain't nobody got time to be selling 667 books every single month. Michelle Obama, who had the top grossing biography in the world, is still not selling 667 books today. I'm talking about today, every single month. So we want to show you how to be effective with leveraging your book, right? Now, the great thing about having products and services is that as your experience goes up, guess what happens? So does your value. I am not going to sit here and tell y'all that when I first started coaching back in 2015, my program was $7,000 to $10,000. I'm not about to lie and tell y'all that. You know, you got some people out here, they will tell you that, child. They will let you know and tell you that, guess what? Sell it for $5,000. I'm here to let you know it is okay to build up to that. Because the truth is, the reason why a lot of coaches today are not selling their premium packages is because somebody then told them to sell it for $5,000. The same person that told them to sell it for $5,000 also started off selling their packages for $97. Ooh, I ain't trying to be messy, Dr. Takara. I'm just telling them I ain't trying to be messy. We just want you guys to learn how to get up to that point. It is not about trying to just, you know what? I just realized who I was talking to. Hey, my love, how are you? So, guys, listen to me when I tell you this. You do not need to go straight to a $5,000 premium package. Some of you guys, life coaches out there, some of you guys, you want to empower people. You know, you could do retreats. You know, you could do all types of stuff and build up to that, to where now your value is increased. Because when you start getting into higher demand, your value goes up. Amen. All right. Amen. Let's keep it going. So what we teach also in Book Profits Club is having a BPC success schedule. You might want to take a screenshot of this because I ain't got enough time to go through all of this, y'all. But it's one webinar per month. This is a webinar. Now, granted, some of you guys are watching on social media, which I done told y'all to come over here to the link so that you can join us and be human. I'm going to keep telling you, you got to come over here to the link because I'm telling you, we're going to give away some stuff. So you're going to miss it, right? So you're going to go to publishyourstorylive.com. But what I do understand, guys, is that every single one of us, you have some value to give. You do one webinar where you invite your list to come to the webinar. You do one broadcast at least per week. And the broadcast can be on anything. You'll do 4 to 6 discovery sessions. This is where a lot of people are messing up. They're not doing these sales calls, one-on-one calls with people. See, y'all, I want y'all to understand the way of marketing, if anybody has not paid attention, is starting to revert back to what people did 10 years ago. People are sick of the automations. People are not about to be just paying for something without talking to someone. People want to know that you are truly authentic and know what you're doing. And so you got to be willing to get on the phone. Stop thinking that if I post 1,000,000 times on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, eventually somebody's going to pay for my program. Hey, they don't know you enough to pay for your program. So you have to be, I'm just being honest, you have to be willing, ladies and gentlemen, to get on the phone. And then DMs, y'all, it goes down in the DMs. Now, there is a skill set to this too, because I see some of y'all be sending these dissertations to people, this long message that nobody is reading. There is a skill of how you send the DMs. Is it okay that I show you guys, or that I give you the opportunity to show you how to do those DMs? Y'all cool with that? And then 2 OPPs, that's other people's platforms. For example, we just did a platform where we highlighted 20 entrepreneurs on Forbes.tips. If you go to Forbes.tips right now, Forbes.tips instead of .com, put .tips, you'll be able to see the article of the 20 entrepreneurs. We're highlighting a lot of people on different platforms, whether it be podcasts, magazines, the Author All-Star. We've got Dr. Takara, who's coming out with her author TV show. What? Come on, y'all. So we've got all these different platforms where we're willing to put you on, but you got to be willing to reach out. Stop thinking that everybody going to reach out to us, right? We got to stop thinking that. They're not just going to reach out to us because we say, okay, I'm ready to speak. No, we have to be willing to put ourselves out there to get on those other people's platforms, OPPs per month. Well, we're going to show you guys how to do that. Now, one thing I want you guys to remember is that most people do not care about your titles. I know we live in a world where they tell us that we need to go get all these different titles and all these different certifications and all these different things. But the truth is that most people don't care about them or your story. They don't even care about your story until they know how you can help them with theirs. I want everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice that's saying, yes, I'm ready to write my book. Yes, I'm ready to become a speaker. I want you to pretend as though every single person you meet has a big sign on their forehead that says, yes, but how are you going to help me? Yes, but how are you going to help me? Because literally, if you learn to tap into that, see, one thing I have come to learn, y'all, is my titles, what all my accolades, all of that is great. But when someone says, what do you do? I'm telling them how I transform lives. Once then I grab their attention, then I can give them the titles. But for real, when somebody asks you how you do, when somebody asks you what your book is about, when somebody asks you, what are you speaking coach on? It's not about the titles. It's about how you can help them. I help. So again, if you did not get a chance to put your help statement in the chat, please do so. That is, I help whoever your target audience is to whatever your transformation. So I help speakers, coaches, and network marketers to leverage their books and generate over $10,000 a month. Amen. Now, who wants to know how to get to $5,000 in 5 days with your current book or even a book that you have not even thought of? Hello? Just say I do in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if I'm talking to anybody. Say I do in the chat. Y'all, if you are ready to learn how to make $5,000 in 5 days or less with your book, put I do in the chat because I'm here to let you know this is something we know how to do. So let me tell you a story. I actually wrote this book, A Vision of Freedom. See, I thought that you need, when you write your first book, baby, you got to have your picture on the front. You know what I'm saying? You got to, got to be looking real fly. Then I realized that, you know what? It don't matter if I have my picture on the front or not. What people are reading are the promise that is on the cover. What is the title saying? How can you help me? So what happened was I wrote this first book, right? I see everybody typing I do in the chat. I see y'all. Okay, Kenji, Joseph, Deborah, Tashawn, Christy, Simon, Regina. Now, all y'all that are typing on social media, y'all not being real coachable. So let me tell you the first way of how you can get to $5,000. You need to learn to follow the coaching instructions. And what are the instructions, y'all? The instructions say that you need to come over here to publishyourstorylive.com. I'm just being honest. The ability to be able to go from one place to another place is dictated on your ability to be coached by someone who has been there. Listen, I'm a tough coach. Dr. Takara is not as tough as me, so she ain't gonna put the hair. I don't know. She might today feel like it. You know what I'm saying? She said it's been one of them Sundays. And so I can't promise nothing, but I'm just going to tell you guys, if you really want to get to this next level, you definitely want to go over to the link. It's free. Okay. But anyway, so I wrote this book, A Vision of Freedom. At the time, this was when I was building my network marketing company, and I learned how to pre-sell when I came out with this book. So let me tell you what happened. I was telling my friend, hey, I'm writing this book. I'm coming out with this book. And she was like, oh, well, let me go ahead and buy a copy of your book. I said, for real? She was like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it now. I was like, well, it's not done. She was like, it's okay. Just whenever it's done. She didn't care. I realized that it's $20. Ain't nobody tripping off of that. And so I said, well, since you're pre-ordering, I'm gonna put your name in the book. She was like, what? Oh my God. She was so excited, y'all. She was so excited, in fact, that I said, ooh, I might have something here. And so what I did was I said, well, why don't I ask all of my friends? And so I started calling all my friends. Hey, can you pre-order a copy of my book? Yes. I said, well, wait a minute now. I started to reach out to the people I knew in network marketing. Y'all, within a matter of 2 days, I had pre-sold 61 plus copies of my book. But no, it might have been 50. I think I stopped at 50 on the first. And so I quickly realized, wow, this is a great way to get your book paid for as far as the publishing, because that was over $1,000+. Then I decided that I wanted to come out with a second edition. If you are already an author, guys, you do understand that you can always, when you self-publish a book, you can come out with the second edition, the third edition, the fourth. Shucks, John C. Maxwell, who wrote the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I think he's like on number 21 of Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the edition. And not only is he on 21 editions, but he's written hundreds of books on leadership. Okay, you would think there's nothing else to talk about when it comes to leadership. How is it different? Let me tell you, one thing about having a book, like a faithful book reader, they always love new books from you. And so I learned how to transition an older book, create a second edition. And from that second edition is where I also learned how to get sponsors. I also learned how to get ambassadors and promoters. And this is something that we're going to teach you in the 5K and 5-day challenge. Now, leveraging your book to grow your speaking and coaching business. Everybody type this in the chat. There is purpose in my pain. If you guys are just joining us, please come on over to publishyourstorylive.com. That is where we are going to be live in the chat. We're going to have some Q&A afterwards, guys. Publish Your Story Live. But type in the chat, there is purpose in my pain. Yes. It's not adding you to the live stream. It's plenty of people in your live stream. I see Melody. I see Alexis. I see Kenji. I see John. I see everybody typing in the chat. Kenji, there's purpose, Jamal, Natasha. Okay, y'all in the chat. What are y'all talking about? Y'all want to say, oh, no. I see y'all over here. So anyway, okay, it's cool. But no problem. But just make sure you put it in, because when we go over there, we're going to be gone. Y'all going to be mad because me and Takara about to give them some goods. There is purpose in your pain, guys. You must understand that money was just created by man to exchange value for value. We put so much value on money. Money was created by man to exchange value for value. Back in the day, people would exchange rice for pigs, or people would exchange cows for beans. And so what do we do instead of that? We have money. Y'all, stop giving money so much power. Stop allowing money to control the actions that we take. Stop allowing pocket watching to determine if we're going to do something, right? I'm just telling you, there is a purpose. And why am I telling you that? Because you should be paid for what you have been through. You should be paid for your purpose. Amen. Every day that I wake up knowing that I am doing something that I am purposed to do is one of the biggest blessings in the world, and God always will provide. Okay, we're not coming here to preach, but I'm just telling you there is a purpose. Now, why you need to write a book? It can help you to launch a business or grow a business. It can help you to get on more stages as a speaker. It can help you to build your influence. Do you know that I have a homegirl that wrote a book about dating? Ain't ever been married, engaged, not even a long-term relationship. Baby, she wrote this book about dating. They got her on all the shows. Talk about her advice, not because she actually got, she teaching them what not to do. But now she becomes an expert because she wrote a book that made her the expert in dating. It built her influence in a space that is millions to billions of dollars being spent. Everybody want to know how to find love, be in love, do love, have love, etc. Write a book, you build influence. Write a book, they want you to speak. Write a book, you can sell your, let's say you want to teach people about happiness. Y'all, let me tell you, the car, I got to hurry up, child. I got so many stories to tell. I could be on here all day. I know you could too, right? And so, y'all, I went through depression. I went through severe depression. Y'all saw all the stuff I've been through, right? Okay. So if anybody ever been through it, I know we can relate. I see you. And so I went through severe depression to the point where it was even suicidal. And I remember at that time I was trying to figure out like what to do. Like, how could I fix this? Like, how could I get over this? Because the scriptures was not working for me. This too shall pass was not working for me. The judgment was not working for me. I needed to find something. And I remember looking up this place, Southside Atlanta, Southside Georgia. It wasn't even Atlanta. It was far. I don't even remember. I drove to somebody's house. It was like some house in the boonies, way far. You know, one of them places where do not be speeding because you will get pulled over and may go to jail. And I'll never forget, they gave me this book about happiness. Okay, that's my time. I got about 10 more minutes. They gave me this book about happiness. But y'all, guess what else they sold me? They called them happy pills. And let me tell you how much I paid for this like little kit. It was a book, happy pills that were clear, so we know them won't even probably real. And then they gave me, what else? They gave me like a couple other things. I spent $500 on this. No coaching. This didn't come with coaching. This didn't come with a retreat. This didn't come with one-on-one sessions. This was a book and some happy pills. Why am I telling you this? because when you write the right book, it helps you to launch a business. Why do people buy happy pills? Because they want a result of happiness. Why do people do what they do? Because they're looking for a specific transformation. Are y'all with me on this? And so when you can create that opportunity and teach people in your book, woo, guess what, y'all? They are literally going to invest in whatever you offer. And so that is what you must do. Amen. All right, this is getting good. Well, y'all think this is good. Wait till Dr. Takara comes on, honey, because she's about to lay it down. 80% of authors, do you know that 80% of, listen, this is crazy too. It's 11,000 books being published every day. 11,000. 11,000 books being published every single day. Out of those 11,000, only 20% of them make any kind of significant income. And when I say significant, I mean like a couple $100. 80% of authors are not even making over $10,000 a year. I have a question to all the viewers, the hundreds of people that are watching in all the different platforms, because y'all all over the place. Y'all doing it, okay? Can you live off of $10,000 a year? Did you do all of this so that you can only make $10,000 a year? And if it's not about the money, let's just be real. Can you at least pay your bills with $10,000 a year and then go and do what God has called you to do? No, you can't. Well, unless you go live in a tent. And then you don't need no cell phone service, because shoot, just with your cell phone alone, that's gonna be your price. That's gonna take care of all your $10,000. So we need to learn how to get to the threshold of making $10,000 a month, week, or day. Look, y'all say absolutely not, right? How do we do that? Well, we have to understand that in order to be profitable, we need to have a purpose, right? And I don't mean the purpose of just the reader, but why are you writing this book? To get on the news? Are you writing this book so you can speak at a conference? I met a guy who wrote a book so he could literally speak at a specific conference, y'all. Not any conference. It was a big conference. He wrote the book just for that conference and pitched it to every single person that he met that was running the show. The next year, he was on the stage. Audience, who is your reader? It can't be everybody. Marketing, y'all, marketing is not posting on Facebook the same post every day to the same people who are not supporting you. Marketing requires DMing, investing. I can't tell you how many authors are expecting someone to write an article on them for free. Do y'all know that publicists, good ones, charge a lot of money? They do not work for free. They do not work and say, if I get you published, then I'll get paid. No. They want their retainer then. And if you want a good one, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. You have to be willing to invest into marketing. And then also, guys, only focusing on book sales. Y'all, the biggest mistake that authors make is they write a book to sell the book versus writing a book to sell. Y'all, I never became an author to sell a book. In fact, let me give you an example. This is a true story. I spoke at an event where 100 people were there. Now, whenever somebody invites me to speak at an event, I always ask, number one, how many people are going to be there? Number two, how much is the ticket cost? And number three, can I make an offer? Okay. And so I found out, and when I say offer, I never sell a core or premium product at someone's event. It costs way too much money to put events together. So when I say an offer, I mean, like, can I make like a little simple, something small, something cheap, and so I can get some leads, right? And so I was speaking at this event. I found out that everybody there on average spent at least $500 or more to be there. 100 people. That's a lot of people, right? And so instead of me trying to sell a couple of books, what I did was I offered a free copy of my book to 25 people. I only had 25 books available. Somebody type 25 in the chat. Somebody or everybody. Put 25 in the chat. Not my camera looking real distorted and stuff. Everybody type 25 in the chat. Let me fix the camera. That ain't right. Let's see if that fixed it. 25 in the chat, right? So 25 in the chat. So I was able to give away 25. Let me tell you how I slayed the day, though, right? So the way that I slayed the day, it didn't come back on. Okay, so the way I'll wait, I'll bring it back on in a minute. But the way that I slayed the day with this, y'all, is that all the people, that 25 people that got my book, guess what? They also had to schedule a discovery call, sales call. Out of the 25, only 13 people showed up. It don't matter. These are people who pay $500. They are way more likely to show up to a sales call than someone who wants to come to stuff for free. I'm telling you, they believe in investing. So I had no problem with saying, I'm going to schedule 25 and hope that we get at least half of them to show up. Well, we did. We had 13 people show up. I sold 6 packages from giving away 25 books, which cost me maybe about $50 to $100. I made $10,182. How many of you guys would do that over and over and over again? Absolutely, you would. This is how you learn to leverage your book. See, many authors, they would never do that. They're like, no, I need to make my $20 sale. Instead of, no, let me pre-qualify people, find people who really want this, and then make the money on the back end. That is how you leverage your book, right? Now, how do you write the right book? Well, guess what? I'm not going to talk about this. Dr. Takara is, but I will just say this: niches get riches. Everybody is not your reader. Everybody, let me tell you something. Everybody do not read Harry Potter. But who is the author of Harry Potter books? Who's the author of Harry Potter, y'all? Type it in the chat if anybody knows. Yeah, it's still getting real ghetto. It's giving ghetto vibes, y'all, the camera. Who knows the author of Harry Potter? Some of y'all know the author of Harry Potter, and you ain't even never read a Harry Potter book. Does that make you a Harry Potter? Does that mean that you're a reader? No, you're not a reader. You're not. But you know who she is because J.K. Rowling has gone out here and become a very wealthy woman because she wrote her book for a very niched audience, not the world. Okay. 97% of people who actually want to write a book, they never will. So the fact that you guys are here today, you're already putting yourself ahead of the rest. So let's give it up for y'all. Kudos to you and congratulations. Now, here's 8 things that your book should do and or be. Number 1, it should make you multiple streams of income, not one. It should make you multiple, right? Yes, you guys got it. Y'all know who y'all know who she is. Now, I do like Harry Potter, but I'm not about to read it. I'm going to watch it. Them books a little bit too thick for me. I ain't got that kind of time. Okay, anyway, so it should make you multiple streams of income. It should redirect readers to your website. Many of us, we're not even thinking about the fact that some people are not going to read the whole book, but they are looking for the results. And as long as they read the introduction to chapter 1, they got all they need. They now want to know, how can I work with you? How can I buy your products? How can I buy your services? I want to come to the retreat. Hello? So you need to have a website that sends them to the next step in the book. Also, remember, everybody's not buying your book from the site. Some people might gift it to someone. It should open doors for you as a speaker. If you're scared to speak on stages, trust me when I tell you, y'all, I have come a long way. I am the girl who I put on my resume. It's been a long time since I've had one, but when I had a resume, I used to say, I'm not really great with talking with people. Now, who puts that on? That's probably why I didn't get the jobs. But who says that? Like, I didn't want to talk to nobody. I wanted to be in my cubicle. I would literally come to work with my headphones on so nobody would speak to me. This is who you guys are listening to. The one who cannot stop talking. Okay. I can speak about this topic for hours because God has positioned me to truly learn how to take a skill set and build a full-time living off of it and do it in the time and hour when I want to do it, with whom I want to do it with. Amen. It should be a value, not of length. It should be straight to the point. Nobody wants fluff anymore. It should leave a legacy for you and your family. This is important. Think and Grow Rich. It is not a memoir. Think and Grow Rich is not a biography of Napoleon Hill, but it is truly a legacy. In fact, the Napoleon Hill Foundation continues to build legacy opportunities for readers. Amen. It should have a cover that sells, y'all. If somebody looks at your cover and they say, what is this book about? Oh, we need to rework on that cover. The cover should sell itself. The cover should tell the reader exactly what this is about. And then it should increase your bottom line. All right. Are y'all with me? If you guys are with me, go ahead and type with you in the chat. I'm doing pretty good on time, y'all. I'm proud of myself. Type with you in the chat. Type with you in the chat. Y'all, I'm trying to reconnect my camera because this is what's going on. I think it's my eCam thing. I'm gonna switch that. in the chat. I see you guys. So awesome, guys. God bless you all. 3 marketing secrets for authors and future authors. Let's get into it. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about this special. Y'all said y'all wanted some scholarships. Well, today we got about 10 of them available. Only 10. Okay. So I'm just letting you know, if you are serious about taking your business and your life and your authorpreneurship and your speaking and everything to the next level, we have 10 spots available. So type this in the chat. I should be paid for my purpose. When we start to realize and understand that money is simply a tool, that it should not be something that makes us feel icky or nasty, and we understand that we need it to build a My bad. That's because I turned my camera off. Can y'all hear me? My bad. Y'all hear me? Dang, I was running my mouth too. Ooh, it was good. Okay, let me tell you again. So what had happened was I was telling y'all about the 3 marketing secrets, right? And so the 3 marketing secrets, number 1 is to pre-sell your book now. This is something we're going to teach you in the 5K and 5-day challenge. And I told you guys, we have a scholarship. Takara and I are doing something that we have never done. And you know how you hear people say that? They be like, oh, we ain't never done this before. Lying, they be lying. No, for real. This is our first time offering this, guys. So all I know is we're going to see if we offer this scholarship again, depending upon what y'all do. I'm just saying. And so we're going to show you guys in this challenge, I'm going to show you how to pre-sell 50 copies. That means make over $1,000 and turn that 1,000 into 5,000 by pre-selling. We're also going to teach you about including influencers, but this is real easy. How many of you guys know a judge? Or maybe you know a superintendent, or maybe you know a pastor, or maybe you know the person that is in charge of your condo association. Those are all people who have influence. See, we think influencers today in the social media world, we are thinking about the people that got 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 followers. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people who have community influence. When they say jump, the people say how high. Do you know that you can include these people of influence in your book and they will become promoters of your book? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We're going to show you how to do that. And then 4 to 10 copies to event host per month. Okay, so what am I talking about? How many of you guys know people who do events? If you know people that do events, or you've seen an event online or something like that, maybe you've seen somebody speaking at an event coming up. Maybe somebody posted a flyer and you see, okay, this person is hosting the event, da 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 da. What if you targeted specific events that cater to your audience that you could send a copy of your book to, follow up with the opportunity of speaking for them? Guys, this technique, it works. And many people are not doing this. They're waiting for event hosts to say, hey, can you come and speak at my event? When not realizing that those same event hosts, they don't even know who Taria is. And if Taria would just simply send them a copy of her book, as well as a follow-up, she might be positioned to speak on their stage. 4 to 10 copies. This is literally, let me just give you, we'll just round it up to 10. 10 copies will cost you about $50 plus shipping. Let's just say $100. That's $100 towards your marketing expense. If out of those 10 books, one person replies back that says, yes, come and speak at my event in front of 50 people, and you're able to get 5 people to purchase your $1,000 package, was it worth you investing $100? If you only got one person, if you invested $100 and you got $1,000 sale, was it worth it? Yes. By the way, if you invested $100 and you only made $100, but you walked away with 50 new leads that you can nurture, it's still worth it. It's called marketing. How many of you guys, it took you a while before you finally decided to buy something from Temu? Where you at? Y'all know who Temu is. Don't act like you don't know what Temu is. Y'all know what Temu is. Y'all done bought something to Temu. I was one of them. I said, I'm not buying nothing from no Temu, child. But I kept seeing the marketing. I kept seeing the retargeting. Then I went to the site. They made me put the email in just so I could see what was going on. I put my email in. Now every day they emailing me 100% off. How do you do 100% off? I need to see what they talking about. And they got me. You remember that thing back in the day when she said, I don't know. I was going to the refrigerator to get a cold pop. And the thing got me, right? Okay, we got one person that ain't got yet. It's on the way. Don't worry about it because Temu about to take over. So anyways, y'all, just like Temu is spending millions and millions of dollars on their marketing, you might not spend millions, but can you spend some money? Can you allocate some money towards your marketing? Here's the phrase that pays. I'm excited to announce. Everybody take a screenshot of this right now. Take a screenshot of this right now. Promise you, this is the phrase that pays. If you go and post this on your social media and you got people that comment. Now, if you post it on your social media and you don't nobody never like, you ain't got no friends, it doesn't work. You got to text this out. But if you put a post on and people comment, I want you to type this into social media without no graphics, no flyer, just this. I'm excited to announce I have a book coming out. Who wants to be in it for free? And once you do that, y'all, I am going to teach you in the 5K and 5-day challenge what to do next. Let's get into it. So the 5K and 5-day challenge, guys, this is a challenge. We have our next challenge that is going to be next month. And the first 4 days of the event is pre-recorded, but it is unlocked per day. The 5th day is on Sunday and it goes live. This is what we teach you: how to pre-sell and resell 50 plus books in a matter of days. The mistakes that authors make when it comes to putting their book together, as well as marketing their book. Also, how to identify the 20 characteristics of a $3,000 client. That's a client that's going to spend $3,000 with you, right? The 5 secret marketing techniques successful authors are using to get on more speaking stages. And then on day 5, we're going to then show you how to turn that 50 to 100, because some of y'all going to go balls to the wall and sell more than 50, how to turn it over $5,000. We also offer, if you do become a VIP, a 100% money back guarantee. Napoleon Hill said, successful people make decisions quickly. As soon as all the facts are available, and change them very slowly if they ever do. Unsuccessful people, though, they got to pray about it. They got to figure it out when time get better. It's just never making a decision. But don't forget, y'all, I'm about to bring it over to Dr. Takara, who's going to teach you about getting that book published, how to get started. So don't go anywhere, because guess what? She's adding into this, okay? So right now, you can actually get, this is what you're going to do. So this is a new offer. I told you we ain't never done this. So Dr. Takara has her VIP package, and then I have my VIP package. We're going to offer anybody that gets this special today, whether it's general admission or VIP, you will get buy one, get one free. So you will get my package, my challenge, and her challenge. Buy one, get one free. We're offering it to 10 people today. So with the VIP, this is the additional bonus on top of the 5 days is you'll get the online access, of course, to the main room that's included with the chat. You'll get attendance bonus. You'll get a recording of the event. So just in case you cannot make day 5 live, guess what? You get the recording. You will get bonus materials, the Book Profits Playbook, as well as the Book Profits Starter Kit. How many of you guys like Canva? If you like Canva, type Canva in the chat. Y'all, I'm a Canva lover. Honey, everything I do, it's an exception to, like, we don't do our covers in Canva, but pretty much almost everything I have learned how to design in Canva. They got fading and everything now. So, I mean, shucks. We do it all, right? So Canva is my vibe. Canva is my vibe. So we're going to give you hundreds of templates from Canva that you can also use. You're going to get a one-on-one coaching call and private chat and group sessions for our VIPs. Also, we do giveaways and all types of stuff. Y'all, today, if you go to publishyourstorylive.com/special, you will be able to take advantage of this deal. Let me type it in the chat. Publish your story. But guess what? We're about to turn it over to Dr. Takara. So I want y'all to know you're not done yet. You're not done yet, okay? And so I want y'all to know. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Am I saying it right? Okay, yeah. Publishyourstoryline.com. So let me just make sure I got the right link, y'all. But you guys are not done yet because she is about to light it up for you guys and truly take you to the next level. But if you get the VIP, you'll be getting both of our VIPs. If you get the general admission, you'll be getting both of our general admissions. But how many of you guys are ready? Was this good? If this information was good, y'all, go ahead and let me know in the chat. Again, I don't know what happened to me. I mean, listen, I'm trying to reconnect my camera chat. Let me see if I can change the settings. Was this good? If y'all have questions about anything we went over, guys, you're also going to get an opportunity to ask your questions, but that's for those who actually registered on the link. So you must have registered on the link in order to get access. And I'll make sure that my camera is back when I come back, y'all. It's just, I ain't like that. Let me see. I'll turn on my phone real quick. Maybe not. That ain't work. Okay. So if y'all enjoyed that, let us know in the chat. Well, listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and step out of the way. I'm going to type the link in the chat for you guys. Please, y'all, it's not done. We're about to go to the next level because now that we have positioned you, so you're opening your eyes on, okay, yes, it's time to write the book. Now we need to show you how to write the book. Okay. Everybody type, how do I? Just type that in the chat. How do I? How do I? And we'll answer those questions for you about the special. I'm going to break it down for you too. So everybody, but make sure you need to go over to publishyourstorylive.com so that you can join us in the Q&A session. Well, let's go ahead and get Dr. Takara on the line, child. Well, my camera ain't working and being ghetto. I'm just going to bring it straight to you, boo. All right. The floor is yours.
All right, y'all can hear me now. I did a whole book launch yesterday, and man, the internet was acting straight ghetto. What's up, y'all? Dr. Takara, aka the Identity Architect. Super excited to be with y'all. So, like I always call Taria Dr. Taria. It just rolls off the tongue very easily. Listen, I hope y'all are full. If y'all are full, type full in the chat. But I need y'all to make some room because I want y'all to feel extra full by the time that y'all leave this conference. If you are ready to learn more, type full in the chat. Let me see who's in the audience. If you have never written a book, type me. I want to see who's in the chat. If you have never written a book, type me. Here's the other thing too. If you are a co-author in a project and have never done a solo project, type me. That includes you too. I'm going to see who I'm talking to on tonight. But if you're watching the replay, it might be today, it might be a couple days from now. But listen, this information is so valuable. So I'm going to teach y'all how to jumpstart your authorship journey by creating that book that Taria was talking about. Let me tell you guys something. I have been in the game since 2014 with writing books. I have been in the game as a publisher since 2019. And so I've seen a lot within this field. And so I want to let you know the number one question that people typically ask me is this: Dr. T, I know I want to write a book, but I don't know where to start. If that's you, give me a 1 in the chat. If you're like, I know I'm sitting on some amazing gems, jewels, concepts, and nuggets, but I don't know where to start with this authorship journey, throw a 1 in the chat so I can see you. And let me tell you, you're not alone. So many people have been in this place where they have no clue on where to start. And here I am, y'all. I'm here to help y'all. Super excited to do that. So before I break this thing all the way down, I am elated to be with you guys today, tonight, whenever you're catching this. One thing that I know about authorship, not only is it my jam, that's a part of my brand, y'all. Not only is it my jam, but it's about identity, vision, alignment, and purpose. I'm going to say that again. It's about identity, vision, alignment, and purpose. And as you guys were listening to Taria, you can understand how the two of us are such a perfect fit. She can teach you how to promote that profitable book, but you have to start with actually having the book. But even before having the book, let's talk about, you have to have the mindset to know that you can get to the finish line. I'm going before myself. Let me slow myself down. I get excited. So who is this person? I call myself the identity architect, publisher, strategist, international speaker, author. Like Dr. Taria said, I will always call her that. I do have my own TV shows. I have a couple of them. One is called Vault Talks Women Share. She has been around for 6 years now. What I didn't tell y'all, I am originally from Chicago. I now reside in Omaha, Nebraska, the home of Warren Buffett, the home of Gabrielle Union, the home of Malcolm X. Just in case y'all didn't know, let me drop those nuggets for you. Yes. And so certified life coach, midwife, as my clients call me that, and small business consultant. And why I call myself a small business consultant is because when you have a book, you have a brand. When you have a book, you have a brand. When you have a book, you're a speaker. And a lot of people have to associate themselves to see that once you have a book, there's so much potential, but you have to believe in yourself first, right? So that's what I'm going to help y'all do. So who do I help? I typically work with Christian female entrepreneurs to live, unlock, and rediscover their purpose, helping them to build books, brands, businesses, and themselves. But I do work with men too. So I work with the guys as well. So one of the things, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm wondering if I lost sound. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Technology is acting up. Can you hear me? Someone on Facebook, please let me know if you can hear me. Yes. Thank you. Okay. All right. Appreciate you. All right. So let me rewind. All right. So I work with Christian female entrepreneurs, live, unlock, and rediscover their purpose. But yes, I work with men too. I want you guys to understand that authorship is a form of entrepreneurship, like you heard Taria say. So we have to get that in our brains. And a lot of people that don't make it to the finish line to become a published author is because of mindset. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So here's a couple of my accolades of some of the things that I've been a part of. Super excited that I have my own TV show here in Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to KPAO Community Television. Listen, I absolutely love being in front of a mic and being in front of a camera. There's a story behind that too. But here's my real story. I want y'all to understand on how I arrived to where I am today. So 2012 was the year my identity was made known to me. Has anyone ever allowed for their professional and academic accolades to take over their purpose? That was me. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was running multi-million-dollar companies at a very, to me, young age in my early 20s, 25, 26. And my head was big. I'm just going to be honest. My head was big. And so I really didn't understand who I was because I thrown so much of myself into running somebody else's stuff. And I had no clue who Takara was. I had no clue of what I liked at the time. I knew I was amazing at what I was doing because I was, but I didn't put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And so I allowed my academic and my professional, my personal success to define me. And when that left me, so in 2012 was the year my dad was incarcerated for life. I was in a fatal car accident where a man died on my watch. Then I lost my job. All of this happened within the course of 4 months. I became very suicidal, figured out how to commit suicide. Depression and I were besties, and I just didn't see the light. I didn't see a way out. I received a prophetic word, went to church one day, and it literally shifted my life. What I don't tell people a lot of the times when I am on these seminars, yes, I'm an entrepreneur, but by day, I am in the social service field. And so I literally help dads to become better dads. It's a part of my personal story. I'm my mother's only child. However, I'm the fourth out of 22. Yep, I said it. Type 22 in the chat. You heard me right. And so being able to know who you are allows for you to get an understanding of where you should be. I'm going to say that again. Understanding who you are allows for you to get, and when I say get, let that thing marinate, let it download so you can understand who you are, because the world will tell you who you are if you're not careful. That's what happened to me. So a couple of things with these slides. So I love my clients. They love me too. And so some of the slides you're going to see are actual books for my clients. I absolutely, like I said, I adore them. But this is an overview of some of the things that we're going to talk about during our time. And I really want you to hone in on these elements, because I'm sure some of y'all were like, hold on, I really thought that I was going to learn how to write the book. You are going to learn how to write the book. But these concepts you really have to dwell on to be able to be successful when it's time for you to sit down, whether you're writing pen to paper or you're using technology, whatever it looks like, to write your book. All right. Vision plus identity equals purpose. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself is so important before you even start the authorship journey, because you need to understand who your target audience is. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm passionate about this stuff. Where do you see yourself? One of the things that I always talk to my clients about is, all right, we're getting ready to write this book. That's amazing. But where do you want to land because of your efforts that you are pouring into writing this book? So a lot of times authors, and Taria talked about it, that's why I love that she literally lays the foundation before I come and build. A lot of times people write the book and they stop right there with, I'm happy that I have this book. This is one of my clients. I'm going to talk about her in a second. I have this book. I love that I love that I was able to accomplish the goal of writing a book. And they stop right there, not understanding that the pages inside of this thing have value. The pages inside of this thing can launch you to the places that Taria was talking about, the stages, the platforms, being on other people's platforms. I recently had an experience. Shout out to my BPC family, because I got the experience from one of my BPC members. I was on her radio show, and literally I gained over $160 worth of sales by just promoting myself and the book, right? But that's not where it stops. I had a discovery call, and now I have somebody who wants to work with me in reference to what I was talking about, which is my baby that I wrote in 28 days. Remember, Taria was talking about you can write a book in 30 days or less? Baby, 28 days. Heart pounding, sweating, didn't think I can do it. My coach told me I need to do it in 30. I thought she was absolutely off her rocker. I'm like, I can't do that. I already told myself what I couldn't do. And this is what I did, 28 days. That's why vision is important. Understanding who you are and where you desire to go with your book. Understanding the power that you have within you. And what's the purpose of writing the book? You have to define that early. If you just want to write a book because it's a part of your legacy, great. This might not be where you want to be right here on this call, because we're talking about how to make profits from your book. And Taria said it. A lot of people are scared of that P word. I don't know why. God wants us to be profitable. God don't want us to be broke and disgusted. God wants us to be profitable. So why not use our gifts, our talents, our jewels, our lived experiences to create this or this? But before we get to this, we have to understand the vision, identity, and purpose. What's your why? So if you don't know your why, I challenge you to get with yourself and understand what's your why. If you're a coach, if you're a consultant, understanding that a lot of your time that you're putting on in these one-on-one sessions, you can put it in a book. All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. I feel it in my shondo. All right. So one of the things that I want to talk about, you're going to hear us talk about God up through here. I don't know why I had to say that. But this right here, God gave me this. How many of y'all get them shower ideas? You be minding your own business and all of a sudden God comes in and da-da-da-da-da and all these downloads. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to forget anything. This was a shower idea. Maybe that's too much information too soon. You know, we learning each other. But listen, I'm just an honest person, okay? This right here changed my life, and it changes the life of my clients as well. And I hope it changes your life too. When we talk about meat, I'm not talking about steak. I'm talking about meat, MEET, mindset, environment, energy, and time. In order to get to the place where you can really dissect your concept and turn it into a profitable book, you have to understand and master these things right here. So when we talk about mindset, this thing right here, I'm going to get into it. Environment, who you surround yourself around. Energy, how much energy are you giving to your purpose? And time is probably my favorite. So not only do you need this mindset shift, but you need to be able to go back, like I said, and see yourself at the place where you want to be as an author. I'm going to tell you guys, real transparent. When I set out my first journey to become a author, 2014, it was a co-author project. I thought it was a flop. I thought it was a failure. I thought it was a waste of my time, just being honest. Because in my mind, I thought, okay, I'm pouring my expertise into this co-author book project. And in my mind, I didn't think it went anywhere because we didn't get to Amazon. We didn't get to all these places and spaces. The person that I was working with basically didn't do what they said that they were going to do with the book project. And I was really upset. After talking to the editor was like, Takar, can we talk about your chapter that you submitted? I said, absolutely. And so we got on a call and she was like, T, this is juicy. How long did it take for you to write this? And I said, 72 hours. She didn't look at me because we were on the phone. I could hear her get quiet and she was like, wow. I said, why are you asking me all these? Why are you asking me all this? And she told me, you have one of the best chapters in this book. And so what I thought was a failure was literally the jump start to me being a 12-time author today, getting ready to be a 13-time author. And so we have to shift our minds on how we're viewing this authorship journey, and what we think is garbage and trash and that people don't want. That's what they really need. I'm going to say that again. What we think is garbage and trash is what people really need. And so we have to get outside of our comfort zones, have to shift our environment, have to shift our energy, and have to shift the time that we're thinking of how we're viewing our journey as an author. All right. So what does sharing your story mean to you? I want to hear from y'all. Type it in the chat. When you think about your personal story and getting it out there to the masses, what does that mean to you? Have you sat and thought about what it really means to you? Because I'm going to tell you, once you get on these stages, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a TED Talk, whether it's your own conference that you're hosting, people want to hear the authenticity in your voice that they can read in the pages. One thing I tell people all the time, be real with your audience, because they're coming and picking up your book as a solution. Ooh, that was hot. They're picking up your book as a solution. So if that's the case, you need to know what does sharing your story mean to you? Why is it so important? So I'm gonna let you guys marinate on that. I love this slide for so many reasons. Did someone say target audience? And Taria talked about it. Let me tell you, when I first started this journey of authorship, I had a coach and I didn't think she was telling me the truth. And what I mean by that is I thought that Alexa, stop. Sorry, she's nosy. I thought that I could help everybody. I thought that my story was so fire that I didn't have to put it in what I thought was a box. I thought figuring out my target audience was limiting my voice. I thought selecting my target audience was limiting my exposure. I thought selecting a target audience was not allowing for me to really be so big, and because I have big energy, if y'all can't tell. It ain't just because I drink energy drink. This is me like 97% of the time. And I say that to say you have to have a target. And once we have the target, we hit bullseye. Everything around us makes sense because we know what the target is. We know pain points. We know what people want to hear. We know that our story matters. We know that if I go outside of my target, something may not go right. And what I mean by that is think about when you're driving. Now, I'm from Chicago, y'all. So we drive a little different than the drivers here in Omaha, okay? So you can't just swerve in a lane and think that it's going to be good and you're going to get to your destination. That's what we have to think about when you talk about target audience. It's laser focused. Stay in your lane and own it. Don't be trying to swerve in this lane and get a little something from there and then swerve over back in your lane and be like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to focus on this now because I didn't swerve in somebody else's lane. No, stay true to the lane that God has given you. Stay true to the purpose that God has given you. And stay true to the target audience that God has given you. So a lot of times we don't believe that God has given us the target audience that he has because of the trauma that we've been through. Oh, Jesus. When you're talking about your lived experiences, when you're talking about pain equals purpose, you have to be ready to understand that your target audience is typically is based on the level of pain that you've been through. We don't go through trials and tribulations just to go through them. We go through them to share. And a lot of times that's what builds our target audience. So when I talk about identity, that's what I know to be true. I know what I had to do to fight for the place that I'm at now to really understand that knowing who you are is a game changer. That's just not a quote. That's what I live by because I understand the mindset shift that I had to acquire to be able to understand my target audience. And when I tell you, I can stay on target audience all day. Taria and I have these conversations all the time. I have dibble dabbled in so many things, and I wonder why I was exhausted. And I'm not exaggerating. I was exhausted. I didn't understand why my energy was depleted because I was not in the right lane. When you're in the right lane and you're serving that right target audience, when I tell you things are sweet, they're peaceful. I'm not just saying it. They are because you're staying true to who you are. Let's talk about research. The days that we live in now, research, it has been so enhanced where we can use Chat GPT. Now, hear me, y'all, when I talk about using Chat GPT, do not use Chat GPT to write your book. Don't do that because people want to hear your voice. They want to hear your story. They want to hear your lived experience. They want to hear from you. Believe it or not, for the longest time, I did not believe people wanted to hear from me. I've been a speaker since 2012, and I fell into that as well. Long story. But a friend of mine double booked herself for a speaking engagement. And this is why I say it's so important to understand your environment. This woman believed in me so much, she put my name in the hat for a speaking engagement. I ain't never speaked on a stage ever. And I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? She's like, Takara, I believe in you. I see you. Let's just do it. What this turned into, now let me pause. I'm a proud alum of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, ILLINI all day long. And I was asked to speak at a Women of Color conference back in 2012 because of my friend. Do you know how many times that they invited me consecutively to come back? Six. 6 times. From 2012 to 2018, I spoke on that stage and that platform. And in 2018, I became the academic advisor of the program because of the experience of being able to speak to these young people, these young women of color. Why am I telling you this? You have to figure out what your target audience is, do the research that's needed, because your voice is needed. Your words are seeds. Your book is the solution to someone's problem. So you need to figure out what's standing in your way of actually doing the deep dive and research what's needed to create and expound the concept. Now, when I say research, I'm not talking about dissertation. We can go there too. What a lot of people don't know about me is I'm ABD, all but dissertation. My doctoral degree is an honorary doctoral degree. So I'm close to being doctor one day. All right. So when I talk about research, I'm not talking about doing this deep dive. Figure out what people are already doing once you figure out your lane and what problems they're not solving. And then look at your life and see what problems you can solve. That's research. Okay. Ooh, I'm giving y'all some nuggets. I'm excited over here. The power of journaling and jotting, applying the findings. It's important to apply what you find. So the research is within you. The research is on Google. The research is on YouTube. The research is on Amazon. What I tell a lot of my clients is that if you're talking about writing a book about knowing your true self, look and see what people have already done. And look to see what the reviews are and see what's lacking and see what you can add. The other part is jotting your journey. What elements of your life have you written in something like this? You'd be surprised how many nuggets and boulders and concepts and keys you have through your own art of journaling that is applicable to the book that you're looking to create. So apply those findings. Don't be scared to go and do that deep dive into your journals. There's so much that I have learned about myself that I forgot that I put in one of these things that now I'm teaching to my clients because it's my true story. And just like that, that's interesting. Okay. Don't know where that came from. I guess they're celebrating y'all. But the GPS is the game changer. So we're going to talk about outlining. My mic made the slide jump. Let me make sure that is the right slide. All right, it is. So the GPS is the game changer. So once you jot down those ideas in your head, maybe it's elements that you have in your phones. Use technology to really capture our thoughts. And then we can take those thoughts and really take them to the paper or whatever you're using to really create the outline. Why do I talk about an outline? Some people think I'm old school when I talk. I don't think that I'm old school when I talk about an outline. To me, an outline is needed in order for you to stay in the zone. And a lot of times people are all over the place with their thoughts to where we can feel that as readers. We can feel when you're all over the place with your thoughts. So I teach my clients to create an outline for your chapter so you know exactly how to move and stay in the flow of what you really want to say to your target audience. So it helps you to be, an outline helps to be that guide. But here's the other thing that I want you to think about when you think of a GPS. Your GPS takes you from one destination to another, right? And so that's what your outline does. It takes you from the beginning to the end. And if you can do that for one chapter, you can do that for 5. The other thing that is so dope about an outline Remember Taria was talking about getting on stages, all those cool things, being on other people's platforms, right? The wonderful thing about an outline is now that you have that elements needed to be able to figure out what your power talks can be about, what your workshops can be about, what your seminars can be about, what your lives can be about. Remember, she gave us that BPC system that she walked us through. Why not use to be able to share that with your target audience so you can continue to utilize the concepts of your book? That's
Okay, we lost Dr. Are y'all still there? Okay, here she comes. She coming back, y'all.
hold on.
Girl, the internet is still being internety.
It is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You
Back.
good? We're good? Okay. Woo-wee. I'm going to stop my camera just so that maybe that can help the internet because it's definitely tripping. All right. Reflect to reload. So why do I tell you guys to reflect to reload? Have you ever felt overwhelmed as these ideas are flooding your brain when it comes to doing anything, whether it's a sermon, whether it's an email? Sometimes you just have to step away to really pause, reflect, and then go into finishing. Sometimes people don't finish the outline because they feel like they don't have what it takes to get it done. But what it is just you need to reflect. You need to step back for a second so you can finish your writing journey. Again, one of the things that is really important to my clients, I talk to them about this all the time, is that I have clients that feel like they can't get to the finish line. And I'm asking them, okay, what is your time looking like? Are you really evaluating the fact that you have 168 hours in a week? Maybe you need to take some time to really reflect on you for a second before you can fill in the pages of your outline. So we have to understand that life is going to continue to do what it does, but we have to understand that the purpose that is within us is to continue on the journey. Continue to figure out what blanks we need to fill in from the outline perspective so we can get to the finish line. Sometimes, and this is real talk, sometimes you're not going to be able to sit in one setting and get all your elements, in an outline. Sometimes you might need to step away and then refill yourself. But we have to understand the power of refilling our cup too. And so that's why I love this illustration where you have a coffee cup, but on the napkin it says pause, reflect, act. We have to figure out what we need to refill our cup so we can really focus on getting that outline done. And just so you guys can understand what I'm saying, I'm literally just taking you from the concept to chapter 1. And I say that because a lot of times people don't understand that they're full. They have tons of things that they can be talking about. But if you can streamline those elements to really focus on what matters, then you'll be able to really build that strong foundation to really be able to create that book. And so the other thing that I want to talk about, I don't know if this is in one of my slides. Let me move forward here. One of the things I want to talk about before I talk about maxing your 160 is I want to talk about how to stay focused on what it looks like to get to your destination as an author. Again, this is from concept to chapter 1. And the reason why I called that this is because I want you guys to focus on bite-sized pieces. A lot of times when I work with people, they want all these elements to be in this book. And I'm like, hold on, stop, reflect, breathe. If you start this authorship journey, you can always come back and continue to write other books. So I teach my clients the power of short reads. Short reads are deemed as books 100 pages or less. Why do I have my clients focus on these? Because of what Taria was talking about earlier, when we need books that are going to be able to launch us into the areas where we desire to go. It's 5,393 pages. That doesn't have to be the end objective. You can literally write a book that's 100 pages or less. Matter of fact, the majority of the books
I think we lost her again. Yep, we did. Okay, if this is good, y'all drop that money sign in the chat. And I see you guys in the chat as well on Facebook. Let me see. Centrell, come over here to the private link so that you can join us in the chat. Deborah, come over here to the private link so you can join us. La Joyce, Victoria, make sure you come over here and drop that money sign in the chat. Man, let me tell you something. The thing about having storms, y'all, is that a storm could be all the way over in another part of the whole United States of America. It will kill the vibe. Okay, kills the vibe. And so hopefully we can get her back on. If not, man. Okay, so some of you guys were asking questions as we wait to see if Dr. Takara can come back on for the special. Okay, here we go. She back. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get her a second to get what? I'm clicking on stuff. We're going to give her a second to get her screen back on, but I see you guys in the chat. Let me shout out everybody that's over here in the private chat. Okay, we have Maria, Melody, Kenji, Lisa, Alexis, John, Christy, Alexis. Oh, she already typed Alexis. Definitely want to know the book pages, so please go back. Okay, yes. So she says she want to know the book pages. So Dr. Takara, are you ready to come back on? Uh-oh. Are you frozen? I'm not sure. Y'all, I'm telling you, if it's one person who know about internet and these challenges, it's me. Okay. That's why, I'm back here in Georgia having to find me a studio location that I can be secure in. Because, I was on my nomadic lifestyle. If people don't know, I've been traveling all across the US and I got tired of paying rent. So I was traveling all over the US. It was such an incredible journey. But now I'm repositioning back here in Georgia, and because I need stable internet for you guys. So what we'll do is I might just have Dr. Takara to come over here to the private chat so that you guys can ask those questions. So let me just message her real quick and let her know, because I know that you guys are ready to go. Now, let me talk about the special that ends tonight. The special that ends tonight. By the way, so if anybody, I'm just going to say this because I saw somebody put this in the chat. If I know you personally, I do not use my cell phone to do business. So if you are my friends, you have to follow the same order. And this is a teaching moment for everybody. So if you guys know me and you want to take advantage of this special deal, you got to do it, right? So I don't call people to talk business. I've learned to kind of create those boundaries. I'm just telling you. Because I saw one of my homegirls. Yeah, and I love her. I love her because I haven't talked to her forever. So we're going to get together and do a little coffee or tea. But I'm just telling any and everybody, guys, do not leave here, because I want you to understand today. Everybody type today in the chat. Type today. I got you, boo. I'm calling you. Today. Everybody type today in the chat. Today is the special. For $97, you can get both general admission tickets. $97. So instead of paying 97 times 2, okay, you would be paying 97. You get general admission to both of our challenges for $97. Okay. Let me just tell you the next. For the VIP, instead of paying $594, today only, you got the first 10 will be, and this is for the first 10, will be able to get it for $297. And so, guys, I'm telling you, if this was of value, this is the thing. We cannot expect to sow or to reap a harvest of profit without investing into the harvest, right? And so this is the way for you guys to get into this. And so, okay, it looks like she is back rocking and a rolling. But y'all, everybody that typed today, I want you to understand this is for the first 10 people. So shout out to you, Maria. Also, I sent you a text message on how to get backstage. She's going to be one of our guest speakers. She's going to get to introduce herself. So Maria, check your email and your phone number so that, my love, you can get on the stage and introduce yourself. So Dr. Takara, she's repositioning herself. So we're gonna make sure that she can get on, because I know y'all want this tea. But I'm telling you, tomorrow you're gonna be upset because you're gonna miss out on the opportunity for getting everything, basically buy one, get one free. If you want to know the dates, okay, the date of the challenge for the 5K in 5 days, the first 4 days are not live. So you get to take it at your own pace. It's October the 22nd to the 28th. We go live on Sunday. So we go live on Sunday. Does that make sense, y'all? So the Sunday between October the 22nd and 28th, on that Sunday is when we go live. If you are wanting to know the dates for hers, she's going to explain that in the private Q&A. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Are you going to share your screen back, Dr. Takara? Okay, she said no, girl. She said, girl, we're about to get into this. Okay, well, are you there?
Listen, we must be preaching up through here because the technology is real on today. The enemy is mad that we giving y'all these nuggets on how to be how to create these books that sell. But let me tell you, just like how the technology is acting up, when you are focused on this journey of becoming an authorship, baby, life's gonna life. You're gonna have to figure out how to keep through pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So, what my last slide was all about, y'all excuse my background. I just got back in town. I throw my luck just all over the place. I'm trying to listen, this wasn't where I was supposed to be talking to y'all, but it's okay. Pivot, move, and prosper. Pivot, move, and prosper. We prospering. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is maxing your 168. A lot of times we figure out how to, woo, Jesus. Some of us need deliverance, okay? We need deliverance on the excuses that we give ourselves of why we can't shift from our now to our next. Some of us need deliverance in that area. Some of us need to pray to God and ask God, where was that seed planted, so we know how to uproot it and be prosperous on all things, creating the book, launching into your speaking career, all of those elements that we are talking about on tonight. You need to figure out and do that time, take the time. We have 168 hours in a week, so there's plenty of time. Take the time to figure out why you are not prospering the way that you desire to, and why you're not doing the things that you know that you're more than capable to do and finish. Start and finish. Anyways, 168 hours in a week, right? A lot of things happen within 168 hours in a week. Some of us don't even know that there's 168 hours in a week. I know I didn't know that for the longest, all right? But one of the things that I hear very often, Dr. T, I don't have time to do ABC 1, 2, 3. Dr. T, I don't have time to create the outline, but I want the book. That doesn't even make sense. Make that make sense. In order to really be prosperous in this thing, you're going to have to make the time, and you're going to want to see the value within yourself to understand that you can get to the finish line. And so I hear that I don't have enough time and I don't have enough money. Those are the two things I hear all the time. And a lot of us just need to get to the root of why do we tell ourselves these things, to talk ourselves and punk ourselves out of what it is that God wants us to do. And so I believe that's why only 3% of people actually become published authors. It used to be 2. Now it's about 3. Sometimes it rests between the 2 and 3, depending on what stats you get. Between 2 and 3% of people actually become published authors. And so when we talk about time, structure, time management, if we can go and clock in on somebody else's clock and be on time and work our 40 hours a week, and if we can be the soccer mom and take our kids to and from practice and sit on the fields and watch their games, why can't we make time for this? So research shows that out of the 168 hours a week, when we put in spiritual time, when we put in self-care time, when we talk about work time, sleep time, all these elements that require time. Typically, we have anywhere from 30 to 35 hours of time that is not utilized. So we have to figure out, how do we structure our time to get to the end goal? I don't have the book in my living room, but I showed you guys Identity Blueprint, Keys to Unlocking Your True Self, was created in 28 days. Was it easy? No. Was it doable? Absolutely, because I had the strategies on understanding the power of my time and also believing myself to be able to get to the finish line. So one of the things we're going to talk about, Taria already said, we have a dual offer for you guys. Super excited about this. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I want to help you guys from concept to chapter 1, understanding how you can get it done. I want to be able to be that coach to walk you guys through that. And I'm telling you, if you can get from the concept, meaning all these elements that are going on in your head, and what I do with my clients is I literally mind map it with you so I can give you a strategy on, these are the elements you want to talk about. Maybe these are some of the elements that we should say for when we hit the stage or when we hit other people's platforms that necessarily don't have to be in the book. They're great, but they can serve as a supplementary tool somewhere else. So mind mapping from concept to chapter 1, being able to help you understand what that looks like, sounds like, feels like, how it's doable, how I've done it for my clients, how I even use the strategies that I teach for myself, because I also am a fan of what Taria says about, it's not ODD. I forget what she calls it, but it's not ODD or ADHD. It's not that. I suffer from that too, but I don't look at it as suffering per se. It's actually empowerment for me to get these other things done. Anyways, this is not about me. This is about how I'm helping you. From concept to chapter 1. So the challenge starts October 14th through October 18th. It is live 5 days a week, from 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. They will be recorded sessions. However, that following Sunday, October 20th at 11:59 Central Standard Time, they're deleted. All right. But Taria, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and let's go ahead and tell them how we going to smash our amazing deals together as one. So hopefully you guys have gotten some value out of what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, if you got the concept in your head, you can get to published author, but it starts with the concept. Bite-sized pieces will get you to where you desire to be. So that's what I got for y'all. Hopefully it was good. It's always good to me, but it's because God has downloaded to me and I chew and eat on it all the time. So I never get tired of that meal, but
Listen, I'm with you on that. I can talk about this stuff all day long. Like, honestly, y'all, we could probably sit up here for about another 2, 3, 4 hours, just telling you about something that we love to talk about. So, okay. So real quick, just to give everybody the details. So you're going to go to publishyourstorylive.com. Well, www.publishyourstorylive.com. And when you go there, guys, hold on. I'm just multitasking, child. This is the problem. I done typed it wrong, so now it won't come up right. Okay, so when you go to special, we do have the dates on there. So I know everybody has been asking for the dates. So we have posted the dates when you go to the link. This is the deal, though. So if you do let me share my screen real quick. I'll share my screen. And then Dr. Takara and I are about to go over to Be Human. Little quick chat session. So there is an area that says lounge, right? Do all y'all see the lounge that's on Be Human? Just put 1 if you see the lounge to the left side. If you see the lounge, that's where we're going to go. We're going to answer some questions with you guys. That's why we're encouraging those of you watching on social. You need to come over there because you're going to miss out on the questions, okay? All right. So what's going to happen? Let me share the screen real quick so y'all can see that. I'm going to pull this up. And then Maria, we need you on the link. You need to come on now before you miss out, because you're going to stream to everybody. So Maria, you should have got the link. So you need to come now, not tomorrow, but today, darling, today. Okay, so here's the link. So when you go to Publish Your Story Live, this is what you're getting. So it's 2 challenges, 2 for the price of 1. General admission gets you the 5K and 5-day challenge, where you get to $1,000 pre-sale. The day 2 is 7 mistakes author makes. Day 3, turning 1,000 to 5,000. Day 4, prep for a 5-day, and then the live session. This is where we really break it down for you, the 90 days, how to get to this bag, okay? So I don't see you, Maria. You're not on the link. I don't see you on the stream. Oh, there you are. You are now. You wasn't before. You just got now. Okay. Turn on your camera, boo, so we can see ya. Okay, good. All right. So perfect. Yeah. She's one of our speakers, Dr. Takara. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Where my screen at? Let me go back to my page. Is this where I was at? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to get the 5 days of the 5K challenge. By the way, y'all, if the worst that you did was sell 5 books in the challenge, you've made your money back for both challenges. Are y'all with me? If the worst that you did was sell 5 books, you've made your money back. Guys, let's not make up reasons why we can't be there and be there. Let me tell you something. I was telling somebody the other day, Dr. Takara, and I'm going to pull you up on the screen too, because I feel like we need to have a little back and forth real quick. So I was talking to someone the other day. We were doing who was I? The mayor. I was talking to a mayor that I'm about to partner with. And he was telling me the audacity, girl. I know, right? With y'all will see, but he was just telling me how crazy his schedule has been, which I mean, he was a mayor. He's not a mayor anymore, but he's working with a lot of people in high positions. And so he was just telling me about his schedule and how he really wanted to get the book out. And you know, Dr. Takar, you know, we sit down with people so many times and they tell us all the time, I'm so busy when things get better. When the time I said, well, Mr. Mayor, I ain't calling that, but you know, but Mr. Mayor, I said, you do know that you will always be busy. Like, you know, that's not going to change. Right. He was like, you're right. I was like, so like you keep putting it off until it's easier. But what you just told, the stuff that you're doing right now, it's never going to change. And so we have to make a commitment that even though it seems as though we are not going to be able to do a thing, we got to be willing to. Right? What are your thoughts on that? When people just constantly are saying, I just don't know, I can't do, or we say, oh, well, maybe I can't do. Listen, show up as much as you can.
You know, I love what you're saying because I see it so much with my clients. And one of the things that I tell them is life won't continue to life. You know, whether it's a loss of a job, whether, you know, your kids are acting up, it's going to always be something. So how are you going to get laser focused on your purpose? How are you going to get laser focused on the fact that God is calling you? I think that's the part. We casually accept the calls that God gives us, and there's no urgency with us accepting the calls that God gives us. And so if he's allowed for us to walk through something, that means that we have the tools, the nuggets, the gems, the boulders, everything else to give it and pay it forward. And a lot of times we don't see ourselves as valuable that someone is going to listen to our story. That was me for a long time. And I understand now where I am. But we have to shift this thing right here to understand that what we have in our minds and that comes out of our mouth is powerful. And so people need what we have. You don't have to be an Oprah and a Gail to be an influencer. We're influencers in our own right, in our own space. So you have to get laser focused, whether it's 15 minutes every day where you're setting a timer to get some writing done. Listen, that book that I showed y'all, Identity Blueprint Keys to Unlocking Your True Self, I literally set a timer for an hour a day. I did not shift from that thing. If somebody was texting me, I was like, nope, can't talk to you right now. Hey, if it was my mom, hey mom, you good? Everything okay? Okay, I gotta get this hour in and then I'm done. We have to start prioritizing our time. Everybody does not need us. If the building ain't burning down, you don't need me. So we got to shift and understand the value of time.
Listen, firefighters get paid regardless of not, but they don't go to work until the building gets on fire. Isn't that crazy? That's good, girl. Taking that. I'll give you credit one time. I don't know if you made that up, but that was good. If the building on fire. Like, okay, but is your job still needed? Yes, it is. What if they be like, Takar, it was no fires this year, so I'm just not going. No, I'm still going to have a job, but the same goes for us. We have to be ready, y'all. So we have to make time for that. That was good. So many, right, Melody? So many nuggets. So, okay, so let me go back to this offer, and then we're going to come over there to the chat, y'all. So that is the first 5 days. And then with Dr. Takar, you got the identifying the common roadblocks. Some of us right now, we're dealing with roadblocks that's not even allow us to compute that this is only $97 for
Come on. Come on. Listen, I spent that the other night eating Mexican food.
In a restaurant. That's what girl. In Atlanta, that's easy to spend $97 at a good restaurant. You know, I mean, I'm not at the restaurants I go to, you gonna spend 97. Matter of fact, when I get off of here, I'm going to a spot that I'm about to spend $97. Hello? Okay. Dr. Takar. The common roadblocks. Dr. Takar, when it comes to writing a book, I think, you know, and that's why I'm so glad we're partnered because, you know, now I focus on the what to do when the book is done. You focus on let's create the profitable book, right? Let's get that done. And I think challenges I've experienced when I used to help people with that space of writing the books is getting over the roadblocks. And so I'm loving that this is what your challenge is, including overcoming the writing inertia, goal setting and planning. Oh, you wouldn't believe how quickly you can write a book when you set goals towards it.
Come on.
$97, y'all. Right, developing a writing routine, expert guidance. That's just $97 for all of this of what y'all see on the screen. So what are we talking about? We should all listen. It is for the next 10 people, right? Now for the VIP says we giving you even more. Just to give you an understanding, I charge $1,000 for you to get on a one-on-one call with me. Dr. Takara charges over $1,000. If you just say, listen, can I pick your brain? It's $1,000. With both of the VIPs, you're getting a one-on-one with us for the price of one, $297. So you are already getting a profit, right? And then on top of that, we have bonus materials, templates. Girl, not the book templates. Come on now.
Let me tell you. I'm telling you, I'm giving what my coach gave me. And this book template, it ain't just no regular template. So it's like, okay, if you want to have the 5x7, you want to have the 6x9, you want to have the 8.5x11, and I'm giving you the book parts. Not only that, but I'm telling you what to do inside of them. Come on, y'all.
Wow. So you're telling me that even if they can't make every single day of the live, right, which you did say there's a replay that it ends after a certain time. So even if you can't make the live, you can replay. Even if you can't make the live, just the materials alone are worth the investment. So we're not going to try to oversell you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that when somebody is ready and they're ready to show up and get the results, we don't have to oversell. But I did want you guys to have a full understanding. There's only two prices. There's $97 and $297. Tomorrow, you can still invest into each one of our challenges individually. You will not get the buy one, get one free. So today, for the next 10 people, it is for that. So we're going to go to the VIP session. But first, what we're going to do, okay, Dr. Takara, so I'm going to see you over there and Be Human. But we got one of our special guests. And so this young lady, she's been a part of this challenge. She's been this live, she's been plugged in over here in the private chat. And so I'm going to let her to come up here real quick and introduce herself, one of our guest speakers, where she'll be introducing herself to our entire platform, none other than Maria Tolliver. Maria, what's going on, beautiful? How are you? Uh-oh, you muted. There we go. Let's see. You got it. Said, oh, you muted yourself. There she goes.
Hi. How are you guys?
Oh, we are doing wonderful. Well, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What is your book about or going to be about? What's all the good tea?
Yes. So I'm Maria Tolliver. I'm a writer, author of God in the Details. It's basically a Christian-based personal and professional book for women. This book, I'll tell you this, it was birthed out of obedience. Okay. I actually was working on another book, and right in the middle of working on that book, God snatched me out of that and had me write this book. So it was definitely just, being obedient. The one of the main themes of this particular book is not putting culture over kingdom. Okay, so that is probably one of the hardest things. I know that's a daily check and balance, right? So not putting the culture over kingdom and using our gifts appropriately. So, I'm a firm believer that if God gives you a gift, he gives you gifts, then he expects you to use them appropriately. So, and I try to do my best, the best I can in this book to illustrate how to do that. And exposing different pitfalls that women, that we find ourselves in sometimes. So I try to do my best at exposing different hard to talk about truths, that, just cringy things that we don't all want to talk about, even in the church. Not to get too preachy, but I do my best to try to expose these different truths that kind of trip us up when we're trying to build on our journey and what God is calling us to do. So really quick, I'm gonna read a small paragraph, just like a really small paragraph of this book, just so you can kind of see where I'm going. So as a woman of God, you must remember where your source of power comes from. The minute something or someone else becomes your power source other than God, you remove yourself from his covenant, and that's not going to work out for your benefit. People are counting on you to use your gifts appropriately. You never know whose life you're going to change. So there's an order to doing things, and I try to do my best to talk about that. I talk about idolatry, bad advice, good advice, how something is almost right, that still doesn't mean it's right. I just go in on different things that's kind of hard to talk about. And I just really I have a heart for women who are trying to build something and take it seriously. So that's where I'm at. This is my first book, and I really believe in it. So I really thank you for this opportunity.
No, honey, this is good. You said idolatry, girl. I don't, that's a you ain't lying. That's deep. People do not understand that. I ain't gonna get into it. Uh, so Maria, let me ask you this. This is awesome. Show the cover again too. I want everybody to see it. Look, love it. So, question: how can everybody that is watching? How can they get a copy of your book?
Okay, so it is on Amazon. I know how we feel about Amazon. Okay. But
Look, I already knew it was coming as soon as you said, okay, so it's okay, it's fine. But
yeah, for now it's there, and I also have a distributor, Ingram Spark. And what I'm going to do, you can actually go to my website. It'll link to Amazon for now, but um I'm going to upload the link directly to the distributor. So then when you click on the link, you can buy it directly from them. And that's the best way. Right now it's just Amazon. It's on Goodreads, I believe. If you type in the title, God in the Details, and type in my name, Maria Tolliver, it actually comes up on a lot of different platforms, which I just found out. So it's on Amazon, Goodreads. I think it might even be on Barnes and Noble. So yeah, it's in a lot of different places, but for now, Amazon is where it's at.
okay, no, and it's God and the Details, correct?
Yes, God in the Details. The tagline is timeless advice for Christian womenpreneurs.
Love it. Very good. Very good. Very niche too. Very niche. Y'all look her up. Go to Maria Tolliver, God and the Details. Make sure that you plug in. Is there anything that you want to also, some last and parting words you want to leave on all of our viewers that are watching in right now?
I'm just trying to do my best to be obedient and use my gifts the way they're supposed to be used. You can always look me up. My website is mariatolliver.com, and on Instagram, I'm Maria T. T is in Tom Official on Instagram.
All right, y'all. So Maria, that's what you. Hold on. You should have gave us your website first. Okay. So mariatolliver.com. And if you want to get her book, if it's not there, just email her. They can email you from the website, mariatolliver.com.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, because you do have some people over here that said, man, how can we get a copy? So make sure, look her up, Google her name, mariatolliver.com, or just search for her to find her book, y'all. Maria,
thank you.
Get you a copy of this. It's happened. Oh, you're not okay. I'm about to say, what the world? Okay. Well, anyway, y'all, mariatolliver.com. We're going to share this out as well. So I'll cut that video and we'll also be sharing it onto all of my social media platforms. So thank you, Maria, for being here. Now, y'all, we're going to go over here to this chat. So we're about to go over to the live chat. Myself and Dr. Takar, we're going to meet with y'all for about 30 minutes because the place that I'm trying to go to, they close at 10 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to meet for 30. I'm playing. If y'all really have juicy questions and we needed to be here, we'll stay as long as we need so that you can make an educated decision on being in the next challenge. Okay. But have your questions ready. I hope y'all have questions. Because last time y'all was like, this was just good. So please have some questions for us. We're going to go over to the Be Human. If you're watching live, you were like, wait, what happened? The live ended. You have to go to publishyourstorylive.com. That's where you got to go. So you must come over. So if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on LinkedIn, if you're watching on Twitter, oh no, we're not streaming on Twitter. You know, they now trying to charge everybody to get on X. If you're watching on where else we at? We on Facebook, multiple places. We on LinkedIn. We on YouTube. We in Instagram. That's right. So on Instagram, for those watching on Instagram, we've got people that are joining us from Instagram. You need to go to www.publishyourstorylive.com. Okay, here we go. We're going over there. And again, Maria Tolliver. I love the book. Congratulations, girl. We're going to give you some tips too over there in the chat for being one of our speakers. Me and Dr. Takar, we got some tips. All right, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye. Oh, it did the little thing on there. Let me just put this up.